the series in yesterday's game, well, it wasn't decided till literally the final out.
Well, a very exciting game yesterday. Fortunately, the A's had the lead going into the ninth inning with Beetle Bailey on the mound. Looked like they were going to get the save, but they did eventually. This play here, a great play as Adam Jones had the ball go over his head, but Brandon Allen kept running. He was not stopped at all by third base coach Mike Gallego, so it should have been an inside the park home run. This one was over the fence, 2-hit by catcher Kurt Suzuki. He had a great day. This is the play. Watch the ball hit off the back leg as David DeJesus let the ball go through, but it hit his leg, slowed it down so he could make the strong throw to the plate. Kurt Suzuki with the block, and the game was over, fortunately, because the A's with a 2-run lead definitely did not want to tie a game in the ninth inning.
The A's just saw the Blue Jays in Toronto. They did not see Ricky Romero. That's a good thing, but they're going to see him tonight, Ray. He's very good, and he's won his last 4 starts.
Well, he's got a great fastball along with a changeup, a good curveball. He is 3-0 perfect against the Athletics with a sub-2 earned run average. The thing about him, he gets ahead with a fastball, then he pulls a string on a changeup. He is excellent as a left-hander, expecting what you're going to get, and that's the changeup breaking away from the right-hander. But don't forget about the fastball that he likes to throw inside, as well as paint the outside part of the plate to those right-handers.
A's will send Trevor Cahill to the mound. Cahill will face this Blue Jays lineup. Very good. They hit a lot of home runs. So the weekend series starts tonight on a Thursday night. It's game 1 of the 4-game set. It's the A's and the Blue Jays. We'll have lineups when we come back.
Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
The meeting at the mound with the umpires and the coaches, and the lineup card exchange is being taken care of. The A's are just about set to take the field as the Toronto Blue Jays are in town. It's the Blue Jays' only trip to Oakland this year. The A's have been to Toronto twice, so this is the first of a 4-game series. Game time weather for tonight. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. Another nice night, cool 60 degrees, as it usually is here at the O.co Coliseum. So these two teams have played 6 times this year. As I said, both the 3-game series in Toronto, and they've split 3 games. A's were just there. So Trevor Cahill tonight, and Cahill in the white tops leads the A's out onto the field.
Let's hope White Rabbit can do something for him tonight. He needs it.
Yep.
That's his song when he takes the mound at the Coliseum. As you hear it in the background, White Rabbit. One of our favorites.
So Cahill's ready as he starts the warm-up tosses, and here's the lineup that he will face tonight. For the Blue Jays, Escobar at short, Thames in left, Batista in right, Lind at first, Encarnacion is the DH, Rasmussen center, Laurie at third, Hill at second, and Aaron Sebia is the catcher.
Trevor Cahill, 6-0 to start his 2011 season, but since then he is 3-11. 8-9-11 on the season with a .392 run average. He has 1 win against the Blue Jays, a couple of losses. The win came on April the 7th, his second start of this 2011 season. Pitched well. Romero was the starting pitcher as Trevor went 8 innings, and the A's won that game. Romero got a no decision, but Trevor, maybe he can look back to that game and help him try to win number 10 tonight. He and Gio Gonzalez trying to do the same thing.
Here's the A's defense tonight. Connor Jackson back in there. He'll play left field tonight. Crispin center, DeJesus in right. Sizemore, Pennington, Weeks, and Allen as the infield alignment, and Kurt Suzuki is behind the plate. So Escobar will lead things off for the Blue Jays. The A's just finished taking 2 out of 3 from the Baltimore Orioles. The Jays were in Seattle, and they took 2 out of 3 from the Mariners. So both teams coming off series wins. And to win this series, someone's going to have to win 3 games. It's a 4-game set. All 4 games will be televised on Comcast Sportsnet California. So Escobar steps in. He'll be followed by Thames and then Bautista. And the first pitch of the ball game from Trevor Cahill is down around the knees for a strike.
First pitch, 7-0.
Escobar hitting .295, 10 homers, 41 RBIs. And he's quickly behind in the count 0-2. Yunel Escobar.
Trevor Cahill against the Blue Jays in the start back in April, retired 16 of 17 and went 8 innings. And of course, the breaking pitch is throwing right now. It's a good one. Moving away from the right-hander. He won the game 2-1, 8 innings of just giving up 1 run. Did not walk a batter. That was good to see.
Swing and a miss. A fastball, good sinking life, and Escobar swings over top.
Well, the good movement. The breaking pitch going away from the right-hander to 2-seamer down and in. Take that
Batting
any
in
day.
second position, left fielder, number 46, Eric Thames.
So 1 out. Here's Eric Thames.
The cheers of friends and family. There
Well,
they are.
that looks like them right there. So Eric Thames, his first year in the big league, so he's playing in front of friends and family, as Ray said. Born in Santa Clara, lives in San Jose, and he rips one to center. Coco Crisp is going to get back there and over, and he makes the catch.
In the Dodge Charger keys to the game, matchup on the mound, Romero versus Cahill, rematch of April the 7th in Toronto. For Bautista has been hot, struggling against the A's. He did not play against the A's in that April series. He did in his last series. The A's were back in Toronto, but one thing about him, he will not get cheated. He's close to 100 walks, 35 home runs. There's no doubt when you put up the numbers he did last year, has continued this season. He's pitched carefully, getting 3rd in the batting order. Designated him as the best hitter on the team, which is not surprising.
Well, I think he's at the spot now, Ray, where the only guy who could really protect him is himself.
That's right.
I mean, he's just that good, and that is certainly nothing against Adam Lind, who's a very good hitter, but what can you do?
Well,
This guy's terrific.
If you're Lind or Bautista, you hope Bautista comes up with the bases loaded. You can't do anything but pitch to him. But he's fun to watch, and especially to see him kind of remake his career and become the home run hitter that he never was before last year.
A couple teams gave up on him. 3-1. Bounces this one. It's a fair ball. Sizemore has it, guns it across, and Trevor Cahill has a nice 3-up, 3-down inning with a strikeout. Bottom of the first coming up. A's come to bat here in the bottom of the first, and the lineup for the Athletics looks like this. Weeks, Pennington, Crisp, so it'll change in the 3 spot. Willingham will DH, and then Allen, Jackson, Suzuki, DeJesus, and Sizemore. And they will face the 26-year-old left-hander Ricky Romero, and as we talked about in our open, well, we'll keep it simple. He's good. Jamal Weeks, the switch hitter, hitting .299 with no home runs and 23 runs batted in. Getting his first look at Romero.
Well, Romero, and of course, against the A's, Trevor Cahill on that 7th of April, they went head-to-head. 7 1/3 for Romero. Gave up just 4 hits and 1 run left the game. Then the A's scored another run in the 8th inning. Went on to win 2-1.
Aaron Hill charges and takes care of Weeks. Blue Jays on the defense look like this. Thames in left, Rasmussen center, Bautista in right. Laurie, Escobar, Hill, and Lind on the infield. Aaron Sebia is the catcher for Ricky Romero. With Pennington hitting in that 2 spot, takes a pitch high. Romero has the 6th best ERA in the American League at 2.87. He has the 6th most walks, 61 walks, so he will get out of the strike zone occasionally. The league is hitting .214 off Romero. That's the 5th lowest batting average against in the AL. So there is Romero amongst the league leaders.
A little bit of the Mark Burley mode, and that is to get the ball and throw. He does not take a lot of time between pitches. Cut fastball along with this 4-seam fastball and a changeup.
Weaver on top. He's pitching tonight. Masterson is pitching right now for the Indians in Chicago. And Romero 11-9 with that very fine ERA.
So he tries to change up here. A fastball away.
Rasmus in and over. And that's out number 2.
And the second start for Trevor Cahill, and this is the 3rd game of the series in which the A's had lost the first 2. And he was good, no doubt. 5 strikeouts, did have a couple of walks, but A's could not do much against it. Coco Crisp actually struck out twice on changeups. Romero was taken out of the game. Remember that game in which runner at 3rd and a wild pitch from Jason Frazier with 2 strikes on Coco Crisp.
That's right. Yep.
And then Connor Jackson won it, with the A's scoring 2 runs in the 8th inning. Otherwise, it could have possibly been a 1-0 shutout combined between Romero and the bullpen, but instead the A's pick up that win.
That was the 6th game of the year. 5th game of the year, excuse me. Coco hitting .273 with 5 homers, 38 runs batted in, leading the American League in steals. This is as Coco cannot believe he was just called out on strikes by Mike Estabrook. Disbelief at home plate. Scoreless after 1. A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. Whether it's a steam train through the Redwood Forest or the beach train to Santa Cruz, Roaring Camp is the ride of a lifetime. RoaringCamp.com. Second inning, Adam Lind to lead it off, a powerful left-handed hitter.
2 very good pitchers on the mound, Cahill and Romero. It's a game that a mistake could help a team win, team lose. So the A's trying to be very good defensively, and of course hoping that Trevor Cahill has his normal game, which is a good one with movement on his pitches, which so far that is the case.
Lynn rips one to center field. Coco back toward left center. At the warning track, he reaches up and makes the catch. All right, here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. Let's go back to April 7th when Romero and Cahill faced off.
Batting in the 5th position.
Remember, Cahill, 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, and as Ray said, no walks. So Cahill, his second start of the season up in Toronto. It was cold up there. Remember that?
I remember the roof was closed 3 consecutive games. And this past road trip the A's were on, the roof is open, all 3. You can see the CN Tower high above Rogers Center. Yep. Think about those people on the bungee cords out there hanging off to the side, paying a lot of money.
I wouldn't pay money to do that. I'd ask to be paid, and then I can't guarantee that I would do it. Bounced up the middle. Pennington a long ways to his left. He throws. Allen dug it out.
That is unbelievable play.
I saw a little white, but he held on to it.
Unbelievable play. Cliff Pennington did not have enough time to stop and use his strong arm, so he had to throw off balance. Short hop, and what a stretch by Brandon Allen.
Right in the heel. Held on to it.
Anything wrong? Keep doing it, especially a stretch like that. And come up. What a nice play.
Yeah.
Let's make it look easy. Gazelle up there at first base. He can run. Do it all.
And according to the A's radio announcer from yesterday, he had an inside the park home run.
Pennington with the short hop, but Allen able to come up with it. Well, it was. He rounded the bases, and Chuck Dibnall was the official score. And from all indications, he made the call of a triple E8 based on he thought Mike Gallego had stopped Allen at third. He did not have the stop sign. He had him running all the way. And if that's his only reason for not calling inside the park home run, it will be changed, or should be. Because Gag said, "You kidding me? I was waving him all the way."
Well, let's hope that it does get changed. Give Brandon Allen the home run.
That's right. I mean, he ran home to home, do something. I mean, he did score. Made it unearned. Make it an earned run. Give him a home run. So, Chuck, if you're listening, Gags didn't stop. We can show the replay right now.
Rasmus hits it hard past a diving Allen into the right field corner. Rasmus will have a 2-out double. So that's the first hit. Cahill had retired first 5.
Well, a change up, a good pitch if it's down and away, but it stayed up. And Rasmus, who is very aggressive, he swings at a lot of pitches, including a 2-strike change up just out of the reach of Brandon Allen, diving to his left.
So here's Brett Laurie. First pitch to Laurie is low. So we saw Laurie in Toronto. He was called up this series before the A's and the Jays played. So we saw him in his 4th, 5th, and 6th games of his career. He's continued to hit. On the year, he's 15 for 42 with 3 doubles, 1 triple, and 3 home runs. He's done that in just 12 games. Very strong and swings very hard. So we were talking about Brandon Allen, but Ray, you filled in for radio yesterday, and you had the call of that. And I thought it was great because he rounded third, and you said he's going for the inside the park home run. And he made it.
That's right.
And it wasn't even close. I think it really wasn't even a play.
Well, and what happened, too, with Adam Jones in center field, the ball bounced back over his head, and then in the panic, you know the guy's running, trying to hurry and look and peek and pick up the ball, and, credit to Brandon Allen, and Mike Gallego loved it. He said he just kept running, and that's what these guys are doing now. They're running hard and letting Mike Gallego make the decision as to what's going to be happening, whether they're going to stop or continue running. He did not hesitate and kept running.
3-2 to Laurie with Aaron Hill in the on-deck circle. There are 2 outs. That one's lined softly to left, a base hit. Here comes Rasmus. The throw to the plate by Connor Jackson is late, and Laurie comes through with a 2-out RBI single, and the Blue Jays lead 1-0. Maybe a broken bat. Soft line drive, if there is such a thing.
Just soft enough to get over Cliff Pennington. 3-2, went to the breaking ball, did hit it off the end of the bat. Fooled, but when you're strong, you're able to reach a pitch away. And with the runner, Rasmus on the move, good job by Connor Jackson charging the ball. Remember, he hasn't played in about a week to back spasm in his stiff neck. Had a very strong throw, charged the ball nicely, but no chance to throw out Rasmus, who was running on contact.
So Laurie gets RBI number 10, and here's Aaron Hill.
I think calling the breaking pitch, the curveball, was almost like Trevor did not want to give in to him, knowing first base was open, another right-hander coming up, but it's a pretty good job by Laurie to extend and make contact with the runner in scoring position.
I would say if a guy hits a breaking ball off the end of the bat, it's probably a fairly decent pitch made by the pitcher. But 0-1 to Hill, who's got 6 homers, 45 runs batted in, and a 227 average. Laurie takes off. The ball's bounced. Cahill grabs it, throws it to first. Side retired. So a run on 2 hits for the Jays. They lead 1-0. A 2-out hit from Laurie to drive in Rasmus. So Ricky Romero back to work. 3 up, 3 down inning in the first for Romero with a strikeout. He faces Willingham, Allen, and Jackson. First pitch is outside to Willingham, hitting .249. 20 home runs, 69 runs batted in.
Pitchers do. You don't like to give pitcher is as good as Ricky Romero a run to play with. It just makes it a little bit harder on the offense because he bears down, and sometimes a pitcher will just say, give me 1 run and I'll take it the rest of the way. Cahill, Romero, both same type of pitcher to be able to do that.
Romero's last start was against the Angels, and he was terrific. 7 innings, just 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he threw 98 pitches. In this 4-start winning streak, he has defeated the Orioles, the Rays, the Orioles again, and then the Angels. And he's been terrific in each one of those 4 starts.
In a 4-game series, pretty good chance you're going to see him.
80%.
I said that just so I hear that 80% again. That's perfect.
It's as good as I go as far as math.
That's pretty impressive. 4-0 with a 115 earned run average in the last 4.
And a leadoff walk for Willingham.
Time now for the Ford right choice. We have talked about Bob Melvin, the A's manager, what he's doing for the hitters, the defense, and how about some pitchers, PFP, pitchers fielding practice. And that's something you see in spring training where they simulate throwing the ball, but then they field it on a ball hit by a coach and do the little things that help you win a ball game. There's Brett Balfour taking a bunt and throwing to third base, trying to get the lead runner. And there's Mike Gallego, the A's infield coach, right in the middle of all of that. And it's something that, again, it's worked on during spring training exclusively. Every day those pitchers are out early. And Bob Melvin is saying, well, let's continue to do it. 17 errors by pitchers, that's probably one of the reasons right there. You get ground balls hit back to you or try to make a throw. He just wants you to be comfortable, confident in plays that you make.
Quick 0-2 to Brandon Allen.
Cahill fielded his position. He was not on the field today with the PFP, his starting pitcher. He was in getting ready for tonight's game. Checking some video with Adam Roden.
Shot to right field, a base hit for Allen.
Oh man, this guy's unbelievable.
9 for 16 now for Brandon Allen. And an 0-2 pitch from a very good left-handed pitcher.
Hanging breaking ball, and he jumped all over it. And this ball was past Lynn to first base in a heartbeat. Almost got Josh Willingham. Shoot. Hold on. Let it go past me. But that's a great stroke, and young man is a very good hitter. He knows what his approach is at the plate. He gets a 0-2 count, shortens up a bit, and lets the strong bat go.
So Connor Jackson with a couple runners on and nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Jackson back in the lineup. He's in left field tonight. Has missed the last 4 games with that stiffness in his neck. Shoots that one to the right side and foul.
Well, Brandon Allen's caused a little bit of confusion, I think, for skipper Bob Melvin and staff, and the way he has played. And tonight you have one of the best lefties in the American League. He could have kept Hideki Matsui as a DH. He could have put Connor Jackson at first. Instead, he puts Jackson in left, Willingham's a DH, and Hideki gets the night off. He's been playing every day, including against lefties. And maybe he will be available to pinch hit later if that is the case. But I think a lot of this is being caused by Brandon Allen, his ability to hit lefties, as he showed with Romero in this first at bat tonight, and the way he has played since he joined the club. The protection on the left shin, and what you know, it hit right above the shin guard. That hurts. Oh. Why do you have to play at real speed? Because you get the real effect, the real sound. Man. At least in slow-mo, ultra-mo, you don't even hear it. But that's a bad thud there.
What do they say? It's like dropping a sledgehammer on your foot.
Don't try it at home. No, because it hurts. I'll tell you for sure. You've said it before, and it's correct. You don't want to see another pitch in there because if he's smart, he'll throw it.
Go in there.
Go right back in there. That's what you're going to do.
And probably go in there with the breaking ball, which is the pitch you usually foul off your foot. It's not fair, but Jackson swings and misses. That was a sharp breaking ball.
Well, there's down and in and a hard breaking pitch, and that's the one that we've seen Gio Gonzalez throw effectively. A lot of lefties have it, and it's, you know, Connor could say it's not fair. Come on, I've been out for a while.
So I always like to break down. I think we've learned now with this graphic that if the fastball percentage is over 60, that's pretty good. I mean, he likes to use the fastball. Also got an array of pitches and all pretty good.
Well, the changeup right behind it at 20%. So he could be a fastball changeup pitcher, which there's nothing wrong with those 2 pitches. Of course, the fastball has got straight, 2-seamer, got a cut fastball. So really 3 pitches off the 1.
Laurie goes into a slide, makes a nice play, softly tosses it from his backside, and they get the runner at second base. So a nice play by Laurie. He kind of scooped a short hop, and he did it while sliding, and he threw from the seat of his pants.
Right fielder.
Now that's a case you'd like to see. No runner at first base because there's no way they're going to throw out a runner from the backside, and made a nice play into the slide and a little soft. The only thing Brandon Allen can do is get there as quickly as possible, slide with no worry about having to take out Aaron Hill because there's no chance to turn the double play.
So here's DeJesus. A's looking for a 2-out hit, just like the Blue Jays got. The first pitch is a strike. So a couple of RBI chances for the A's. They have yet to come through here in the second inning. Jesus was 2 for 7 in that series against the Orioles. Remember, his overall numbers against left-handed pitching this year is not very good, but he's been better lately. He's got 11 hits in his last 36 at-bats against southpaws.
Had the afternoon off yesterday as a starter. Did come in late defensively. Made a highlight reel.
This one chopped to Adam Lynn. Couple steps to his right. He's got it. Side retired. So Romero works his way out of the first and second nobody out jam. These do not score.
Third annual Filipino Heritage Night presented by Cache Creek Casino Resorts. By purchasing a ticket for this event, receive a seat in the Filipino Heritage section, an A's Go t-shirt, traditional food items served in the Westside Club by Chef Rodney. That'd be good. For tickets, visit OaklandAthletics.com/Filipino. You know, if it's prepared by Chef Rodney, it's going to be good.
Yep, I'm sure it would be good. They have some in the booth. Although, I got to tell you, that Busy Bee Bakery, what did we call the fruit bars that
sugar high?
Oh my goodness,
that was 100% sugar.
Oh
no, they were good.
They were so good.
They outdid themselves a couple of nights ago.
I walked out of here. I had toothpicks in my eyes after that one lemon bar or whatever it was. It was so good, but it woke me up as well.
Marty had at least 3.
Yeah, he hasn't slept since if he had 3 of those babies. J.P. Arancibia, the 9th place hitter, leading it off, followed by Escobar and Thames.
Cindy and Richard Poole from Inverness, California, the Busy Bee Bakery folks.
Awesome.
Big A's fans and Twins fans. And we all of us enjoyed the goodie box that they sent. That was the August box the other night. Can't wait for September.
Wow. Pop up, Allen into foul territory. Should have a play. Still moving, and he reaches out right at the last moment and makes the catch.
Well, he learned, I think, in his first game, there's a lot of foul territory. He's got a lot to cover, and played it well then, played it very well tonight, and there is the foul territory, probably the largest area now in all of the American League. Can't think of a bigger foul area. Of course, I can't think of another football field.
Yeah.
It's combined multi-purpose stadium, which is what the A's are playing in.
Top of the order, and Escobar struck out swinging, leading off the ball game. Just a bit outside to shortstop. It was last year in the middle of July when the Braves traded Escobar to the Blue Jays. They traded shortstop Alex Gonzalez, who's a little bit older than Escobar, but a good player, went to Atlanta. A couple other players were involved. I think the Braves maybe wanted a little more consistency, and they certainly get it with Gonzalez. Helped them make the playoffs last year in Atlanta. Blue Jays got a younger player as Escobar, 28 years old. This one chopped toward Weeks, right near the bag, goes over Weeks' head. Pennington takes it, and they throw out Escobar.
What a great play. Jabal Weeks heard right at the last instant that was Pennington right behind him, and he just went right in front of Pennington, let the ball go. It was going to be a tougher play for Weeks. And this is a beautiful thing to see. Watch this, just right in front. He cuts in front, lets it go, and Pennington picks it off and throws out the runner. And there's the communication. You can see Pennington open his mouth, no doubt telling Weeks, I got it. And again, for someone to take the throw or the ball to be able to throw going forward versus having to throw back across his body. And Weeks able to acrobatically get out of the way of the ball. And there was Pennington right behind him. Great play.
I don't know that if Weeks fields it, I don't know that they would have gotten Escobar.
And that's the reason Penny was right behind him, and they're working very well together. And Cliff Pennington said how much better and better every day they play. They're getting that much better.
Weeks takes care of things. 3 up, 3 down inning for Trevor Cahill. Nice play to get Escobar. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Toronto. Athletics. A's will have Sizemore, Weeks, and Pennington. Scoring opportunity for the A's in the second inning against Ricky Romero, but they could not come through. Escobar cannot field it cleanly. Sizemore's aboard. It'll be an error on Escobar. Roster move today. Jordan Norberto comes back to the big leagues. And Tristan Magnuson, who's got a little tendonitis in that shoulder, placed on the 15-day disabled list. So the A's get Norberto back, add a third left-hander to their bullpen.
Typically, if a player is optioned to AAA, as Norberto was, you have to stay, I think, 10 days unless there's an injury to a pitcher. In the case of a pitcher, and so Norberto able to come back, even though it's just been since the 13th that he was optioned. And fortunately for him, it's just a couple-hour drive to Sacramento, set in that hot valley weather.
To 60 degrees at game time. It was hot today, though, out in our neck of the woods. Very warm. mid-90s. Weeks drives one to left center field, but in the ballpark, Thames gets back. And he's got it. And Sizemore hustles back to first. So one out here in the bottom of the third.
Jamal Weeks still looking for his first major league home run. He says, I'm going to get some. And I said, just hit those triples. That's so much fun to watch you run from home to third and slide head first or slide feet first or stand up. Because throughout a season for him, he may go to the plate 600 times. He's not going to hit a bunch of home runs.
But he'd get 20 triples.
He could. And maybe 30 or 40 doubles and hit 300, score a bunch of runs, steal some bases. Let the other boys hit the home runs.
Pennington hit a fly ball to center field in the first inning.
Plus the temperature at game time tonight. This is if it's yesterday afternoon, might have a chance. Suzuki hit 2. That one might have been maybe an afternoon at the Coliseum type home run. Not that he didn't hit part of it.
Bunted. And it's going to just roll foul. Good idea by Pennington. It would have been about a foot more into the grass area toward the pitcher's mound. It really would have stayed on the grass and he would have beat it out. But it just trickled off the grass and then it rolled past the line.
Bunting really kind of a lost art. You've got guys with speed, and sometimes you wonder why they don't bunt more. Cliff Pennington attempted and just got it too much on the dirt. And I like the way when he came back, he sprinted to first base, kind of took his time getting back to plate. You don't want to hustle back and grab a bat and breathe heavily, so you just take your time, make sure you catch your breath, be ready to go, especially with 2 strikes.
Breaking ball looped to left field. Thames coming in and he dives. He can't get it. Rolls past him. Sizemore hits the bag at third. He'll stop there. Pennington to second. Probably an ill-advised dive by Eric Thames because he did not have a chance to catch it. And the A's catch a break and they have second and third.
Well, that's exactly right, Kai, because you keep the ball in front, a breaking ball. Romero didn't like the pitch, probably didn't like the play either, but really no chance at all. If he smothers a ball, at least with his body, it's a first and second, which is what it would have been anyway. But once the ball kicked away from him, it enabled Sizemore to get to third. Mike Gallego thinking about sending him, but held him up. So now it's second and third instead of first and second, and the A's have a chance to at least tie the game.
And here's Coco Crisp. So, I mean, you know, our listeners may be saying, well, he's diving, he's trying to catch it. But the point is that's fine, but he missed it by about a foot, which means it's probably not a ball he's going to catch.
Right, and you know how hard the ball, you should know how hard the ball's hit or how softly it's hit in this case, and you have no chance. It'd be a spectacular play. And you have to know the situation. Well, if I dive and it gets by me, it's second and third to the first and second. Now, maybe tough to double up Coco Crisp. He's shaking his head. He hears what we're saying. He said, I agree, because he knows that he should have just played it on the short hop or one hop and kept the double play in order.
2-0 to Coco Crisp, who struck out looking to end the first. Coco hits it hard right at Laurie. Laurie scoops it up. He was playing right even with the bag. The ball was hit hard, but right at the third baseman. So that's out number 2.
Oh, any place else but third base, and A's have a run.
16, Josh Willingham.
It's going to be marked down. It's over, but a hard over on that one. Hit the ball hard. You know, it's one thing, and we always talk about the runner at third less than 2 outs. The last thing you want to do is open up and pull. And that's why you keep the front shoulder to the point that you can hit the ball in the biggest part of the field. And usually you try to hit a fly ball by doing that to get the runner in. You roll over, you hit it to the left side, in this case third baseman, and not able to score the run.
So here's Willingham. How about where Adam Lind is playing, right? The first baseman To say he's off the line would be actually comical. He's playing a shallow second base.
Yeah, there's the distance. So yeah, it's
he's got the right side. The second baseman Hill, you see, is right behind second base. Pitch is low, 3-0.
The way Romero's pitching him, it's unlikely that Josh Willingham could even think about hitting ball to the right side. And with Allen the on deck circle, here's a case. Let's say Josh Willingham's going to have the green light. Francisco Liriano hit the green light, 3-0, hit a home run. Be a perfect time for him to have it again because they're pitching carefully to them.
It's high, so the bases will be loaded for Allen. Willingham walks for the second time. Although that indeed had the look of a pitch around.
Now batting, first baseman, number 31.
John Farrell, his first season at the helm of the Blue Jays. Kind of got used to him being the pitching coach in Boston.
Well, I was just going to say, not a lot of pitching coaches become managers. Bud Black left the Angels, manager of the Padres, and a good one. Of course, John Farrell, but good pitching coaches usually stay in that capacity.
Oh, wow. I call that a swing. That's not a good call by competition.
Go back to the first base umpire.
Well, maybe it is.
He'll go through quite a bit.
I stand corrected.
Yeah. But that shot doesn't look like it.
0-1 pitch, broken bat. That is shattered, and Lynn on the run right in front of his own dugout makes the catch, and Ricky Romero once again works his way out of a jam. Subway Eat Fresh asked Glenn and Ray question. Kim from Fresno asked, I noticed on scorecard for strikeout is frontward and sometimes it's backward. Why?
Well, there's an explanation as how it happened, how it started. The forward K is swinging and the backward K is a called third strike.
There you go.
Simplified, but there's a reason the way that happened. I looked it up one time. I can't remember, to be honest, because for so many years I just put a KS.
Yeah.
K for and a K for the swinging. So, but I made it simpler from my own standpoint, and that just put the backward K.
So frontward K, swinging, backward K, looking at a strike three, and you know what, we should dig that up again. I've heard the reason.
There is a reasoning, a reason behind it, but I know that when there's a big strikeout pitcher, the fans in the outfield will put up the Ks, and you'll see them. They'll have the forward and the backward Ks, indicating whether it was a swing or a called third strike. Maybe Dallaire can look that up while we are in this game. We'll come up with an explanation as to the strikeout, why it was done that way. Oh, BI is?
It is his computer work, and that's the major question. 3-2 to Bautista. He rips one right field. De Jesus racing over, trying to cut it off. He backhands it in front of the wall, but Bautista's going to have a leadoff double. So a guy with 35 home runs and a 3-2 count, and he lines one into the right field corner. That's how good of a hitter he is.
He got a high fastball at 91 from Trevor Cahill. And the difference here is that the pitch was up. It enabled him to go to the opposite field. As that leg kick gets the foot down and was smoked. And really his power is to all fields. His home runs are not strictly pull home runs. But a leadoff double on a high pitch. So the A's with second and third, one out, couldn't score. And now have to face leadoff double. Try to keep the Blue Jays from adding on.
Adam Lynn hit a fly ball to center field. Lynn has 3 homers and 10 RBIs in his last 5 games. Be careful here. The Blue Jays as a team are 4th in the American League in runs scored. They're 3rd in home runs hit, 6th in stolen bases. So they are one of the better offensive teams in the American League.
It's one of the reasons right there, Dwayne Murphy. They go to his hitting coach under Cito Gaston. Cito now in the front office as John Farrell took over as manager.
Lynn's going to get the job done as he gets Bautista to third on the ground ball. So tied for 3rd in home runs, but in runs, Texas is ahead of them. Texas, New York, and Boston, the 3 teams ahead of them in runs scored. So they are up there with the big boys as far as scoring runs. Pitching 10th in the league in ERA as far as that goes. Slowly hit. It's going to be a foul ball. But the Blue Jays, lots of power. A dangerous offensive team.
Bautista going on contact. Encarnacion hit the ball softly. Good play by Sizemore. He might not have thrown out Encarnacion. Definitely would not throw out Bautista. So he knew the ball was spinning foul and let it go that way.
One pitch, sinker low, and it's 1-1. Infield in. Encarnacion hitting .286. He's been a hot hitter for a while now. A base hit into left field. Hit hard. The ball was up. Bautista trots home. It's 2-0 Toronto. Leadoff double. Lynn gets him over, and Encarnacion singles him in. It's just amazing, right? When Cahill's ball is up, he gets hit.
Look at the location. It says it all right there. And that's the difference in being a 2-seam sinker ball pitcher. Elevating it, it doesn't move. It didn't move with the double to right field. A leg kick by Encarnacion, kind of a patent for the Blue Jays hitters. Lift the foot, lift the leg, get the foot down, and let it go. Especially if the pitch is up.
If his ball is not sinking, it becomes an 89 to 90 mile an hour straight fastball, and that's about hitting speed.
Very, very good hitting speed. 100 miles an hour straight and up in the zone is hittable.
That fastball, 89 miles an hour is the average speed. Colby Rasmus, the hitter, and he rips one to right field, and that's hit very well, and that baby is gone. Long home run by Colby Rasmus, and it is 4-0.
That's what you do to a hanging curveball.
third home run as a Blue Jay for Colby Rasmus. So he's had a big night so far, a double and a homer.
Now batting.
Trying to get the curveball down. It stays right in the hitting zone, and there it goes. Belt high. And Trevor shot his head around. He knew it was gone. Pitchers definitely know, and that was a no-doubter. So very quickly, 3 runs in an inning. Again, after an A's opportunity, maybe score a couple of runs, could not do it, and this ball hit off the facing of the second deck. Thud is that down the business sign just got plucked.
1-1 the count to Brett Laurie, who singled in the run in the second inning with a 2-out RBI hit. Three and 1 to Laurie. A double, a single, and a homer. 3 hits in the inning for the Blue Jays. Outside, and it's the 1-out walk. Hey, how much does a young pitcher like Cahill has a big year last year and then starts out the season 6-0 this year, you're just rolling along, and all of a sudden you start losing games.
Yeah.
How much does just simple confidence come into play?
No doubt.
I got to believe it's a big part of it with a young kid.
Well, it is. It's unfortunate, but there's no doubt, as he has said a number of times, that when he won 6 to start the season, he said everything mechanically was perfect. The ball was moving. He's making his pitches. The fastball was sinking. His curveball. And there are the numbers. And they're not good numbers.
But just looking at all of his starts lined up like they are in the A's notes, you see a couple good starts, a couple bad starts, a couple good ones, a couple bad ones. It really, since that 6-0 start, that's the way it's been for him. 0-1 to Aaron Hill.
Well, he signed the multi-year contract on the 12th. That was his start against the White Sox. That was his first start after signing the contract, and that was his third start of the season. So it was at the beginning when he won 6-0. He lost his first game to the White Sox here. That was on the 15th of May, and the next time he won a game was against the Giants here on the 19th of June. So it took him a while.
But he had back-to-back wins. He beat the Giants, and then he beat the Phillies in Philadelphia. So he had 2 good wins to kind of build off of. At right field, where DeJesus gets back, and he's got it for out number 2. But since beating the Giants and the Phillies back-to-back, he has had just 1 win in 9 starts. So again, where you think he's rolling again, and then the struggles start.
Now batting, number 9.
Well, I think the biggest thing for him, just as he has shown tonight, pitch to Bautista was up, Encarnacion up, Rasmus up. 3 hits, 3 hard hit balls on pitches that were up. And when Trevor is at his best, he's a ground ball pitcher. I mean, the number of games that he's had in double figures in ground ball outs is phenomenal. Probably 3/4 of his starts. But you don't get sinking ground ball outs with pitches that are up in the zone.
That one was up. Aaron Sebia gets underneath it. Connor Jackson has it side retired, but damage done by the Blue Jays. They scored 3 times. Rasmus with a 2-run homer. 4-0 Toronto.
Start your engine.
card, more college baseball. Kurt Suzuki and Ricky Romero, teammates on a team that won the College World Series. How about that? Cal State Fullerton. Kurt Suzuki, a huge hit in the game, the series winning game. And Ricky Romero was the winning pitcher in game 1 of the College World Series. Cal State Fullerton, one of the very fine college programs. And Kurt Suzuki, Ricky Romero. How about that combination? Remember Jason Windsor, pitched for the A's a little bit. He was the most outstanding player in the College World Series that year. Connor Jackson went to Cal.
Started a fan call and say, "Come on, Coach Jack." So they've been listening to Vince Cotroneo.
How could you not?
Call, big diamond vision call and a home run.
Escobar handles the hard hit one hopper, and Connor Jackson is retired. He's 0 for 2. So the A's have their work cut out for him now with Ricky Romero on the mound, pitching well, and
The catcher,
Blue Jays have a 4-0
Kurt
lead.
Suzuki.
So here is Kurt Suzuki facing his old teammate, old battery mate. Talking to somebody who, I can't remember who it was. Somebody played against Kurt Suzuki in college. Kurt, obviously a very, very fine player. He said he would drive you crazy because he would get a clutch hit every single time. Line drive to left, loop one down the right field line. He said he would just drive you crazy. Always got the big hit. Suzuki reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. The A's have had a couple of pretty good chances against Romero, but have not been able to break through. First and second, nobody out in the second inning. And then a second and third, one out in the third, and could not score. One of those loopers to right, but coming in is Bautista, who makes the catch.
A good job yesterday as Alfredo Simone gave up 2 to Kurt Suzuki. A fastball was the first one, and he hung a curveball in the second one. Watch this swing on the curveball. A nice swing by the A's catcher. A multi-home run game, his first since last year. That was against the Boston Red Sox. He got the knuckleball to Tim Wakefield twice at Fenway Park. His other 2 home run game.
Fastball up and in to DeJesus. DeJesus grounded out to first in the second inning. Big swing and a miss. 91 miles an hour from Romero.
Romero's gotten out of a couple of jams, leaving runners on base and in scoring position. I'd have to say that right now he's thinking shutout. He's done a good job, and he'll pitch the game just like it is a scoreless game. That's what good pitchers do. So the A's cannot expect to see fastballs and fastball counts. You might see some change-ups, some breaking pitches.
Slowly toward the shortstop. Escobar throws low. Lynn digs it outside. Retired. 3 up, 3 down inning for Ricky Romero. We're headed to the 5th. It's 4-0 Toronto. The A's did not hit 20 last year.
No, Jack Cuss did it the year before.
Yeah. Trevor Cahill back to work, top of the 5th inning, top of the order for the Blue Jays. 3 runs in the 4th inning for Toronto to give them the 4-0 lead. Escobar is 0 for 2. Fastball for a strike.
I hope we don't have to go back to 2006 when a bunch of guys hit. I don't know if I think Piazza was here long enough to hit 20.
No.
Frank Swish and Milton maybe in 06. I don't know if Milton did, but Frank and Swish definitely about 36, 38 between each of them. It's a tough call.
The runs were not a problem in 2006.
It's when Joe Perry was a hitting coach, and now he's back this year. It's a little different story as far as production from the offense.
Two to Escobar. Swing and a miss. The changeup from Trevor Cahill. His second strikeout, both Escobar.
Well, this is what he was trying to do last inning. It didn't work, and definitely good location, good movement from Trevor to the right-hander, and it's one he likes to throw to the outside with a changeup. He also brings a 2-seam fastball back from the outside.
First pitch to Eric Thames is outside. Thames with a line out to center and a ground out to second. He's 0 for 2. Talking about Eric Thames from the Bay Area, born in Santa Clara. Bellarmine Prep in San Jose is where he went to high school.
I just wonder if the family and friends that now we're here to watch you, but don't try to do something special. Just play your normal game and let things happen. Get the ball hard in his first at bat, grounded out, now walk. Sunday, August the 21st, that's coming up this weekend. 7,500 kids 14 and under will receive a kids exercise mat presented by Washington Hospital. This all-foam mat. An A's green is a great giveaway for your active kids. More information and to purchase tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets.
Jose Bautista steps in. Thames the runner at first after the walk. Bautista doubled and scored in the 4th inning. He got that inning started with that double, and he also grounded out in the first. Bautista leads the major leagues in home runs with 35. He also leads the majors in walks, on base percentage, and slugging percentage. Thames runs, check swing by Bautista, dribble foul. Remember at the trade deadline last year, the Blue Jays were trying to decide, should we trade Bautista? Is he going to be able to have a, I mean, is this a one-year thing, this home run barrage, or is he the real deal? So they floated his name a little bit, see if anybody was interested. They did the right thing. Keep him, sign him to a long-term contract.
Well, that's the biggest thing, not only to keep him, but to sign him to the long-term deal and to have confidence that it was not a one season.
Cahill, and the ball is dropped by Allen. Cahill reached out and grabbed the line drive, knocked it down, and then Allen just dropped the throw at first.
Well, now they're going to check Trevor Cahill, but Brandon Allen had to reach back with the runner coming in about the same time and just reached and just missed it. actually had the ball there in plenty of time and just off the edge of the glove of his first baseman's mitt. So that will be an E1 single.
No, it's an error. It's an E3. That's
put single up on the board. That's
Now batting, number 26.
I mean, granted the ball was hit very hard, but well, he's human.
that's right. Brandon Allen finally did something wrong. We were starting to think that was not going to happen. So 2 on, 1 out. And Lynn drives one to right field, and that's a base hit. Eric Thames, he's going to come around to score. Bautista to third, and it's 5-0 Blue Jays. They are getting the big hits, and the A's are not. So Lynn gets his 72nd RBI.
Number 10, Edwin Encarnacion.
And again, the ball stayed about thigh high. And Trevor Cahill knows what's happening. Ron Romanek, his pitching coach, knows exactly what's happening, elevating the pitches. And I think just trying to get to the point, no doubt. Everybody's thinking about the 6-0.
Cahill's good to get the double play to get out of the inning, but not before a run scores. Costly error by the Athletics. It's 5-0 Toronto. It is the bottom of the 5th inning. Sizemore, Weeks, and Pennington. Romero with a couple of strikeouts. He's walked 2. And the A's have 2 hits. A single by Allen, a double by Pennington.
Bob Melvin has been very proud of his club being able to battle right down to the end, sometimes at the beginning not playing well but finishing very strongly, and see if they can continue that tonight against a very good pitcher.
Swing by Sizemore, he missed it. 2-2 the count. Sizemore reached on an error by Escobar, the shortstop, leading off the 3rd inning. This one's going to drop. Base hit right field. A's have their leadoff man aboard. A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Come try the new Jumbo Breakfast Platter for just $2.99 plus tax at Jack in the Box. It's at participating restaurants. Leadoff man aboard for the A's, and going to bring up Jemile Weeks. First pitch is outside to Weeks. Rangers and the Angels are scoreless in the 5th inning. Final game of that 4-game series, and a bit one-sided. Rangers are going for this 4-game sweep. I'm telling you, right? You pick up games or lose games in the standings quickly. And that is what it always happens, and that's what's happening to the Angels. They are 7 back of the Rangers in the AL West. When that series started, 4 back. So think about it. Rangers have won 6 in a row, 9 out of 10. Angels have lost 7 out of 8.
Well, for the Angels to start rookies the first 2 games, and at that point, then hoping to split the series, and then they lose a tough one last night. Had the lead, but lost it, and now they're depending on their ace to at least salvage one.
Listen, I don't know how the Angel or how their rotation sets up, or I don't know who pitched Sunday or how you could do it, but I was a little surprised. Well, you could say it's the middle of August, but
Weaver had to serve his suspension, though. I think that was part of it, so that's why he's starting tonight. They'd like to have had him start at the beginning. Ideally, you have your 2 best going in the first 2 games of the series. But maybe when the rotation was set up, the Angels didn't think they were going to be 4 behind them at the point in the season. But if you're not scoring runs and lost the way the Angels have, then Mike Scioscia would be the first to say they are where they're supposed to be. There's the good changeup, but he throws it with 2 strikes and gets Jemile Weeks fooled out in front of the pitch. Romero's not throwing a lot of changeups. He's used the curveball inside of the right-handers, but this time he goes away with a good changeup.
That's Lewis and Weaver, the matchup tonight. So a good pitching matchup. The Rangers will go to Chicago to open up a weekend series. The Angels will host the Orioles. That is what is up for those 2 teams coming up this weekend. Escobar flips to second for 1, back to first, and Pennington beats it. So fielder's choice, 2 outs.
Thought it's going to be just a force at second, that would be it, but Aaron Hill had different thoughts. Escobar, nice feet, stayed down, got the ball quickly to Aaron Hill, and he flat-footed, just threw the ball back to first base. Ordered the hard slide by Scott Sizemore. That's how close it was at first.
Two outs. Here's Coco Crisp.
It's interesting. Romero twice now in this inning thrown to first base, and really don't know why. Got a 5-0 lead, and a ball club that does run, but not a lot. Paying a lot of attention to the runners at first.
.65 pitches for Romero with 2 outs in the 5th inning. The Seattle Mariners are off today. They will be at Tampa Bay this weekend.
Well, that's a nice trip from Seattle to Tampa. The A's took that in the last road trip.
A good clean 6 hours, right? The problem is it's 6 hours airtime. You lose 3 going to West Coast to East Coast. So that's a 9-hour trip on the clock.
You're leaving that nice northwest weather. You're going to get off a plane. It's going to be about 98% humidity and hot. And that's at 3 in the morning. but they play indoors at the Trop.
Skied on the infield. And Hill has it. Side retired leadoff single, but the A's do nothing with it. We're on to the 6th. 5-0 Toronto.
August the 20th, the show sent to Elvis Hits and presented by Chevron begins after the A's play the Blue Jays here at the Coliseum. Bring the family in your picnic blankets and enjoy the show from the outfield grass. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets.
A's trailing 5-0 as we have hit the 6th inning. Colby Rasmus has been tough on the A's tonight. He doubled and scored in the 2nd. And then hit a 2-run homer in the 4th. Cahill has given up 5 earned runs in 5 innings. There's another hit for Colby Rasmus. Line drive into right field. He's 3 for 3.
Well, the home run part of the near cycle was a no-doubter. Hanging breaking ball, the always aggressive Colby Rasmus just unloaded it. Trevor just kept looking to see how far it was going because it traveled without any problem over the fence.
Seven hits now for Toronto as Brett Lawrie steps in. Lawrie goes the other way. And it's a fair ball down the right field line. Rasmus will stop at third, and Lawrie, who's very fast, dinging into second with a double. Second and third, nobody out. So Laurie's been on base all 3 times.
Now batting, number 2.
Oh, the hit and run, at least Rasmus was running, but again, a pitch was up, inside out swing, and the way he swung at it, Lawrie, no doubt it was the hit and run as he made contact on a pitch that was running in on him.
So action in the A's bullpen. Billings starts to throw. Hill swings at the first pitch and pops a foul back. .87 pitches for Trevor Cahill. He had a 3-up, 3-down first inning. He had a 3-up, 3-down third inning. But he's been in a jam in the 2nd, jam in the 4th, jam in the 5th, and a jam here again in the 6th. Washington has this one. Runners will hold, so that's out number 1. So Aaron Hill is 0 for 3. He cannot get the run home.
Now batting, number 9, J.P. Aaron Sebia.
And Aaron Sebia steps in. Talked about Aaron Sebia over that series in Toronto. Good power numbers, 19 home runs, 55 RBIs, but the batting average very low, 209. And he has a lot of strikeouts, so that's what the Blue Jays are getting from the young catcher right now.
But really not bad production from your 9th place hitter, especially with the home runs, the runs batted in. And no doubt his average will pick up over time, but doing a very good job catching, and yeah, he's going to hit 20+ home runs hitting on the 9th spot. It's not bad.
Well,
came on the scene in big fashion in his debut. Just kind of started him with the home runs.
Well, he's got more home runs than any other catcher in baseball. Swing and a miss. A 2-0 changeup from Cahill.
If you said he strikes out a lot and his average is low, then maybe this is a good opportunity for Trevor Cahill to get out of the inning, or at least to keep a couple of runners on and get to 2 outs. Got to get the pitches down, though.
He has struck out 105 times this year. It's 9th most in the American League, but again, good power. 3-1 pitch, line to left, and that's a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Laurie digging around third. He's going to score 7-0. Blue Jays, and Bob Melvin's making the slow walk. So Cahill getting knocked around big time tonight.
Well, they got a chance to see another pitch that was up in the zone and trying to get a strikeout in the elevator pitch, and that's what he did to Aaron Sebia, and that's it.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
On Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports, and by Chevrolet. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball and help make a moment kids will never forget.
Trevor Cahill, 5 1/3 innings. So a very difficult outing for the A's right-hander. 7 earned runs so far, and Aaron Sebia is his responsibility. So the manager, Bob Melvin.
I think I just saw Bob say down.
Yeah, I think I saw the same thing.
Yeah,
that would be a good thing to say to Trevor, because a lot of his pitches were up. And he got hit around. So here's Bruce Billings coming in to face the top of the order in Escobar.
Well, Brandon McCarthy was sitting next and is sitting next to Trevor Cahill before the skipper came over, and maybe Brandon, another starting pitcher, could see something he was doing. A lot of times they kind of critique themselves, or at least their partners in the rotation. Hitters do it, pitchers do it, and trying to figure out something.
Escobar hitless. Billings last pitched on Sunday, pitched a couple innings against the Texas Rangers. A couple of unearned runs. That's blocked by Kurt Suzuki. Single, a double, a ground out, and a single for Toronto here in the 6th. Add 2 more runs to their total.
And sometimes teams that play at a dome stadium, although Blue Jays have a retractable dome, sometimes when they come outside on a road trip they don't play as well. I don't think anything affects the Blue Jays. Their hitting approach that they have, and of course with their best pitcher on the mound tonight, and he's facing all of that in the first game of the series, and the hitting has been there, and Romero has done his job pitching. But we always know this guy's always there, isn't he? Raymond's always there, no matter what. And that is Ricky Romero. Say the game is a keeper.
Yeah, he is a keeper.
The Blue Jays know that. You get a pitcher like that, and he is good.
Escobar strikes out for the 3rd time.
Now batting, number
Good hard
46,
slider from Billings, and that's a good pitch, and that's the same one that Escobar was flailing out in the first at bat against Trevor Cahill. A couple of sliders. Sounds pretty good, sliders.
Yeah. Colby Beef.
Chef Rodney's got some good sliders in his West Side Club.
Strike on the outside corner. Quick 0-2 to Thames. Thames with a walk in the 5th inning, scored a run. He's also grounded out, lined out. High fastball, swing and a miss. So that will do it for the Blue Jays, but they scored twice on 3 hits. Bottom of the 6th, coming up 7-0 Toronto. inning. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Can. Coors Light Freeze Can is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. 7-0. The Blue Jays lead the A's in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Designated hitter, number 16.
A lot of entertainment here at the Coliseum between innings. And what was that going on tonight? The entertainment between innings?
It was
what were they doing?
tea bags tied to some hats that youngsters were wearing, and I think they were trying to get the tea bags up onto the visor of the hat, which I guess is difficult to do. So a little contest. Eric Thames goes back, and one pitch. Willingham's retired, 1 out. So Romero rolling along, 5 1/3, 3 hits, no runs, couple of walks, and 3 strikeouts. And the pitch count, not too bad.
6 to 9 pitches. Last pitch, of course, Coco Crisp. I think with the last inning, you got Pennington the first pitch hitting, Crisp 3 pitches, and then first pitch to Willingham. I think the A's right now, if they get a fastball first pitch, with the exception of what Allen taking it, they're going to be swinging, which is sometimes in the favorite and helps the pitcher.
1-1 the count to Allen, who has singled and fouled out. Driven to center. Rasmus back. He's got plenty of room out there, and that's out number 2. All right, here's our AT&T trivia answer. Who are the last 5 athletics to hit 20 home runs in a season? Well, we know Josh Willingham, because that's what he's got this year. Jack Cuss 3 times, Nick Swisher twice, Frank Top. Eric Chavez went over 20 in 06 as well.
Had to go back to 06.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a good offensive team in 06.
It was. Swish and Thomas. It seemed like Swish hit 1, Frank had hit 1. Frank had hit 1, Swish had hit 1. Same game. It was just back and forth. And Milton Bradley giving that famous handshake on Owen.
The thing I remember about that team is it was really at least position players, and the rotation too. It was a nice mix of veteran players and the young guys.
Well, a couple of guys that never gone to postseason, and Mark Kotze, Jason Kendall. They were very excited. Inside the park home run by Mark Kotze in Minneapolis.
Right. Ran right out of his jersey. 3 up, 3 down inning. 7-0 Toronto.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you build it.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Infineon Raceway. The Indy Grand Prix of Sonoma IZOD IndyCar Series returns to Sonoma the 26th through the 28th of August. Tickets at InfineonRaceway.com. 7th inning from the Coliseum. All Blue Jays tonight. They lead 7-0. never keeps the great A's fans from having a good time.
Wave.
Well, they're going to notice they're on here momentarily, we hope. Maybe not.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning for Toronto, number 19, Jose.
Is that a special suite?
Bautista.
That's the Comcast suite? Just people. Sorry, Tommy. That's why he's won all those Emmys.
That's right, because he simplifies everything.
Just
people.
A whole bunch of people.
He's the simplifier.
Tommy's the best.
That's why we love him. Bautista leading it off. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. He reached down an air, so he's been on base a couple times. Short schedule tonight in the American League. 4 games are being played, not including this one. 3 of them are finished. Big win for the Indians tonight in Chicago. Cleveland 4, White Sox 2. So the Indians take 2 out of 3 in Chicago. Justin Masterson, who has had a very nice year, got his 10th win.
But it's great to see a converted reliever, Masterson, who was traded to the Indians from the Red Sox and put him in the rotation. He struggled initially, but man, has he been good.
Yeah. They were hoping he would turn into a quality starter, and he has this year. Matt Laporta hit a 2-run homer, his 11th of the year. Now the Tigers are off, the day off, so the Indians pick up a half a game. They're 1.5 back now. The Tribe is Bautista with the leadoff walk. Well, authentic fans know where to find the best deal in Bay Area baseball. Comcast Sportsnet California's Authentic Fan Fridays here at the Coliseum. $12 gets you a ticket in our value deck behind home plate, an authentic A's fan t-shirt, a cheer card, and a $6 food and drink voucher. The next Authentic Fan Friday is, of course, tomorrow night, Blue Jays A's game 2 of the series. So log on to csncalifornia.com to get your tickets. So Authentic Fan Friday tomorrow night. Adam Lind had an RBI single in the 5th inning. Lind takes low, and it's 1-1. So the Indians a 1.5 game back, Ray, of Detroit, and I say that because the Indians are boarding a plane and they're going to Detroit. A 3-game weekend series. And that should be a fun one to watch. Weeks flips to Pennington, who guns it to first. A nice double play. 4-6-3. Lind is retired.
That's just how good these guys are up the middle and getting better every time we see the game played. And Jamal Wicks knows that, early in his career, he has seen the Blue Jays in Toronto, knows the speed of the hitter is not fast. If he can get the lead runner, which he does, then he can get a double play. And that's flipping the ball underhand, backhanded to his shortstop, Cliff Pennington. Has a very strong arm and great way to get a double play.
So 2 outs for Encarnacion.
Backhanded flip perfectly to Cliff Pennington, who gets out of the way of Bautista, and there's a strong arm and an easy double play once Pennington got the ball.
Good slider there from Billings, outside corner, and it's 0-2. Swing and a miss. So on 3 pitches, Encarnacion strikes out. 7th inning stretch from the O.co Coliseum is coming up 7-0 Toronto. Just 3 strikeouts. He's walked 2. And he'll face Suzuki, DeJesus, and Sizemore here in the bottom of the 7th inning. This will be pitch number 75 for Romero. Suzuki, after his 2-homer game yesterday, 0 for 2 tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice and then hit a fly ball. Three and 0. Jordan Alberto starts to throw. 3-0 pitch in for a strike to Suzuki. Mike Napoli has hit a home run for the Texas Rangers. They lead 1-0. Top of the 7th inning.
Against his former team, the Angels, who traded him to these Blue Jays, who traded him then to the Rangers.
He's been a terrific pickup for Texas.
Very big. And plus, that's his 2nd home run in that series, at least that I know of. He had a big one in the 2nd game.
Suzuki ends up striking out swinging. That's 4 strikeouts for Romero.
Of course, might have swung at ball 4 on the 3-1 pitch, but nice to see him expand his strike zone a little bit. But unfortunately, got a better fastball, 3-2. Couldn't handle it. But Romero, with the big lead, just basically went after him. His target inside, left it outside, but close enough. Kurt had to swing.
Still 1 out for David DeJesus. Up and in. DeJesus bends out of the way.
Now remember, in Toronto, the A's had their middle 3 guys hit a total of 5 times in those 3 games, and basically with the target outside and DeJesus gets the pitch up and in, as Aaron Sebia had to reach back. Actually, it's the same zone that Romero threw the pitch to Suzuki when his catcher was setting up inside, left it outside.
High again, 2-0. A couple of ground outs for DeJesus, 1 to first, 1 to short. 7 in a row retired by Romero. Both the Red Sox and the Yankees won tonight. So with both those teams winning, the Yankees continue to have a half-game lead over Boston.
All those clubs are doing is just making it tough on Tampa Bay.
That's exactly right. Boston will be, or they'll stay. That's a 4-game series in Kansas City. So that was the first of the 4-game series. So they'll spend the weekend in Kansas City. And the same thing with the Yankees. That was the first of a 4-game series in Minnesota. Yankees won 8-4 behind CC Sabathia. Big CC got his 17th win. Late call, strike 3 called by Escobar. DeJesus can't believe it. Could have been low.
Could have been a lot of things.
Might have been low. Probably was.
Been a lot of things, and yeah, just a little bit low.
Now batting, third baseman.
Oh my! Even in that shot, in the. Well, that's I agree, David. You're saying, come on, just I don't care what the score is, 7-0, but be fair, be consistent. Well, I wouldn't say that.
Escobar throws out Sizemore. 9 in a row retired by Ricky Romero, and we're headed to the 8th inning. 7-0 Toronto.
Come out for the 13th Annual Breast Cancer Awareness Day on Sunday, September the 4th. Over 500 cancer survivors will participate in the on-field ceremony, and with all proceeds going to cancer research. 10,000 fans will receive an A's pink Argyle scarf. The day is presented by Big O Tires and is sponsored by Ross, Altibates, Bay Area News Group, America, Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and State Roofing Systems. For more information, go to oaklandathletics.com/BCA.
It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. The lefty Jordan Norberto comes in. We'll face Rasmus, Laurie, and Hill. Top of the 8th inning. 7-0 the Blue Jays lead. Rasmus has had a big night. A single, a double, a homer. He scored 3 times, and his home run was a 2-run shot. So he has a chance for the cycle if he can get a triple. Fastball, 94 miles an hour. Rasmus strikes out for out number 1.
Well, this was a flashback. This is Norberto in Toronto, as Escobar did not like being hit. Kurt Suzuki jumped in front of him. Both benches emptied as Norberto saying, "Hey, I'm wild. I just couldn't throw strikes." Didn't he? Yeah, tough time throwing strikes. I mean, he's effectively wild if you think about it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Pitch there, and it's a 1-1 count to Brett Laurie.
They went to dinner after.
Did they? Good. A lot of nice restaurants in Toronto. Brett Laurie could probably get a free meal just about anywhere in Toronto right now, the way this young man has been playing. He's been on base 3 times tonight. Single, double, and a walk. Rolled foul. So 2-2 the count to Laurie. Mentioned that Red Sox 4-3 win over Kansas City. Beckett got the win. A couple of notes from those 2 teams. Kevin Youkilis went on the disabled list today. And for Kansas City, they signed Jeff Francoeur to a 2-year extension.
Oh, that's great.
How about that? He's done a real nice job there, Francoeur.
Well, I thought he might have been traded at the trading deadline, but I think it's a great sign because with the young team they have, they need a veteran. And not to mention, he's a great player. He can play the outfield, a very strong arm, very accurate, a lot of assists, and I say veteran leader on their club.
Sizemore on the backhand, throws in time. So that's out number 2. Well, Francoeur, he had a contract that was for this year and then a club option for next year. And from what I read, the Royals wiped out the club option for next year and turned it into a 2-year deal for 2012 and 2013.
They call him Frenchie, and he and his Royals will be in town next September. They do come back once again. Putting together a nice young club. They've got a good club and young pitching, and they were projecting 12-13, 2012-13, when they would feel they could start contending in the Central Division. They hope to do it this year. Got off to a good start, but then kind of tailed off a little bit.
There's a line drive left center field, and that's a base hit. So Aaron Hill has his first hit. He's 1 for 4. Well, I think the Royals, Ray, looks like they got some nice young hitters, obviously, but they have to straighten out the pitching. It's been bad for a long time, and it's bad again this year. They have ERA 4.5 as a team this year.
They will be hosting the All-Star game next year at hot Midwestern part of the country.
How about that?
July, All-Star game in Kansas City. with no roof to close if it gets real hot. I just wonder where they'll have the parade, as they have the red carpet parade of the All-Stars.
Right down the freeway, baby. What is that, the I-70?
Yep.
Sits right above the, just past the outfield. So 0-2 to Aaron Sebia. Swing and a miss. There's the good fastball from Norberto. A couple of strikes.
Is someone driving a truck on the upper deck? No way! Upper deck? No way!
Here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. 7-10-1 for the Blue Jays, 0-3-1 for the Athletics. Ricky Romero's been very, very good again. He's trying to win his 5th consecutive start. And another tough outing for Trevor Cahill. 7 earned runs in 5 1/3 innings. A's had some chances early against Romero, but they could not come up with a big hit. And then the Blue Jays, that offense kicked into gear in the middle innings.
Well, I think that's a key. As you see, Mike McCoy takes over in center field. But I think when you're facing a good pitcher and you have a chance to get on the board and you don't, or let's say if you do, that can change the complexity of the whole game.
Yep.
If you do get on the board, the A's had their chances, could not, and give this guy a few runs, which the Blue Jays have done, makes Ricky Romero a very tough customer to deal with. And at 87 pitches, I would think it's his game.
Well, he's retired 9 in a row. Last inning, a couple of strikeouts. A liner, Escobar with a diving play.
And when your pitcher pitches well, your defense plays ball behind you. It all works hand in hand. Nice effort by Jamal Wicks, tried to hook the ball into left field, but Escobar just a dive and a catch. Dive to his right, came up with the ball, and very nice play defensively in ultra mode. Probably enjoy watching himself in ultra mode.
When the arm that has the glove on it is fully extended, then it's a great play. And that time it was. In fact, that ball was past him a little bit too. One and one the count to Cliff Pennington, who has a double in the game. 1 for 3. He's only had 3 hits. Rangers still leading the Angels 1-0. That game in the bottom of the 7th inning. A Mike Napoli home run, the only run in the game. The Angels do not come back, and the Rangers were to win that game, they would have an 8-game lead in the AL West.
They start looking at, well, if the Rangers do this and the Angels would have to do this, and you start looking at the numbers, and
not good.
You have to put a streak together, although back when the A's won 20 consecutive games, I think the Angels won 17 of 18 or 18 of 20 or something like that. They stayed right with the A's.
High fly ball left center. Mike McCoy just in the game comes over to make the catch, so he wanted a little action. So 2 outs, and the ERA in his last 5 starts, and obviously that includes tonight, is now under a run per game. 4 earned runs and 38 in the third, so he is on a roll big time.
And if he wins this game against the A's, he will be 4-0 with probably about a 1.5 ERA against the club in 4 starts, make it 5 starts, and had the no decision in Toronto this season. Gave up just 1 earned run.
Coco Crisp is 0 for 3. A strikeout, a ground out, and a pop out to second. Coco's average at 271. Fastball just missed outside. Trot down there a little bit, but no play as it bounces right near the Blue Jays bullpen. So 2-2 the count to Crisp. Pitch number 99 from Ricky Romero. So love to finish it off. A little more work to do. I feel very shallow for Coco Crisp. Swung around to right. It's hit hard, but Lori's there. Backhand straightens up, throws in time. 12 in a row retired by Ricky Romero. 9th inning coming up. Money Tree. Win $500 cash every hour from noon till 11 p.m. Visit cashfreak.com for details. 7-0. The Blue Jays leading behind Ricky Romero, who's been terrific tonight.
I think he's going to get a chance to finish the game, too.
Kind of looks like it. Top of the order for the Blue Jays. And they're facing a new pitcher. It's the lefty Craig Breslow. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. So Breslow. Going to watch this one get ripped to right center, but DeJesus got a good jump. Escobar is 0 for 5. So 1 out here, top of the 9th. Ryan Sweeney in the game. He'll play center field, so Coco Crisp is out.
Now batting, number 46, Eric Thames.
Eric Thames steps in. Thames takes low. In the National League, the red-hot Milwaukee Brewers lost at home. You do not say that very often. The Dodgers beat them 5-1. It was an afternoon game in Milwaukee. Thames has a base hit to center field. It's his first hit tonight, and that's hit number 11 for the Blue Jays. Go deep with Sportsnet Central. It's brought to you by Hyundai tonight at 10:30. It's on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Lots of highlights from our game here. Well, maybe not that many highlights. Raiders and 49ers updates. Kobe, is he going to go to China to play? We'll find out. Scott Reese and Damon Andrews will host. So here's Bautista. He's been on base 3 times. A double, reached on an error, and he walked.
And we should be very careful in this series because with Bautista, we may get a foul ball in the
yeah, you're right.
You know, VI's going to have his binoculars up there, so he'll be ready in case one comes flying back. Bautista's strong enough, and you know, to get one up this high is doing something. Just get a fastball straight back.
That's right. You need a fastball a little bit up. You got to take a big swing at it.
And he will do all of those.
Yep.
He'll get a pitch up, and he would definitely swing hard.
Oh, 2 pitch.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
There it is. Just like we said.
What a call by Ray.
There it was.
It was 2
wow.
left, 1 booth, just above our good friends Ken Quark and Vince Catrono. I think it hit the Bill King side.
It hit right up there, right below the boys. This came right there. But Bautista got the high fastball, and he crushed it straight back. Marty was scared.
Marty was looking for Busy Bee Bakery.
I think Bautista in this at bat is thinking, I'm going to hit a home run. And he's swinging at everything.
I'm sure as heck going to try.
He's swinging at everything and anything close. Regardless of the at bat, he doesn't get cheated. He will never take any at bat for granted.
Pretty good take. Change up, drops down and away. 1-2 the count. 35 home runs, 79 RBIs for Bautista. That one. Bautista did get a piece of it, so the count remains 1-2. So we mentioned that Brewers score with them losing. Cardinals not playing tonight, so St. Louis picks up a half game. They're now 6.5 back of Milwaukee in that National League Central. Brandon Allen is near the seats, and he makes a nice catch. Runs into the padded sidewall right in front of the bleachers, or the seats, I should say.
Well, he knows the big guy, Bautista. Any way you can get him out, you got to do it. And he ran hard. He knew he could run as far and as hard as he wanted to, and as soon as he got to the rail, he kind of stopped and reached over and made a nice play, and then immediately looked back to see if the runner at first base and Thames was going to think about going to second base, which there was a thought, and as he came off the bag and then took the baseball away from that fan down in the field level seat. Nice play by Brandon. Now, I'm thinking Richie Allen, Dick Allen.
Dick Allen,
yeah.
wow.
The right side, very powerful hitter.
Same kind of build, though, right?
Yeah, but this kid's got a chance.
Yeah.
He needs to get a little bigger because Richie Allen was big and strong. And they didn't check body fat, but it's about 2% probably. He was strong, still is. And Allen, just a young man. Knows how to play the game, though.
Sliced to left field by Adam Lind. Jackson's there. Side retired. We are headed to the bottom of the ninth. Ricky Romero is going for the shutout. 7-0 Toronto. Well, that's the story tonight. Ricky Romero, he is going for the shutout. He's got 6 career complete games, 2 shutouts. This year, 3 complete games and 1 shutout. Mark Tian takes over for Adam Lind at first base. So Ricky Romero, 101 pitches so far, facing Willingham, Allen, and Jackson. He has struck out 5. He has walked 2, and he has retired 12 consecutive hitters.
Not only 12 consecutive, but with the last 12, basically he's just gone through it, gotten the lead, and just taken charge.
2 pitch. Willingham checks his swing on a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. So that is strikeout number 6. 1 out here in the 9th inning.
Well, it shows you what he's doing for it by throwing this hard breaking ball. He has not changed his approach. Stayed since pitch number 1. Josh glance at it, maybe about the pitch on the 1 and 2, but the hitters or the pitchers who are going for the shutouts, they're going to pitch right down to the end, just like it's a scoreless game.
Just a bit outside to Brandon Allen. Allen hits it hard. Diving play by Tehan just in the game. Flips to Romero. 2 outs. A nice play by Mark Tehan. Join us tomorrow night. It'll be game 2 of this 4-game series. Brett Cecil, the lefty, Rich Harden, the righty. That's your pitching matchup. It all starts with A's pregame live at 6:30, and then we'll have the ball game for you just a shade after 7. Home of the A's is Comcast Sportsnet California. So Rich Harden tomorrow night. So Connor Jackson steps in. Jackson 0 for 3. He takes a pitch way outside.
Martin, of course, third baseman, played the outfield for the Royals, third base for the White Sox, and comes in defensively and makes a very nice diving play. Gets his uniform dirty. And Romero right there to take the flip. Took away a double from Brandon Allen.
Down around the knees, a strike to Jackson. I think he thought it was a strike.
I think Mr. Esterbrook's strike zone has started to move quite a bit the last few innings. David DeJesus was called out a couple of innings ago on a pitch that was shin high. I think that's kind of said it all.
So 2-1 to Jackson. This will be pitch number 110 for Romero as he kicks. That one's flying, but it's going to look foul. So the A's down to their final strike. Pitches by inning pretty consistent. 18 the high, 6 the low. But at no point did he get into the 20s. And that's where you really hurt your pitch count. But not so tonight for Romero. Big breaking ball hit towards center. McCoy's back, and that is a shutout for Ricky Romero, his 3rd career, 2nd this year, and he is on a roll, folks. His 5th consecutive win. The final score tonight, the Blue Jays 7 and the Athletics nothing. So game 1 of this 4-game series goes to Ricky Romero and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Well, we know it's going to be a pretty good pitching matchup. Unfortunately for the A's, it all went to Ricky Romero. Time now for the Fremont Bank plays of the game. It is Ricky Romero. He started the game with tremendous numbers, especially against the Athletics, and he did not disappoint himself nor his Blue Jays teammates. Good fastball. He threw a couple of changeups with a hard breaking ball down and in. Just dominated. There's a very hard curveball. He got Jamal Weeks. Another fastball up and away to Kurt Suzuki. Here's a slider that wasn't a strike, but it was called 1 for strike 3. But you just tip your hat to Ricky Romero. Came in with great numbers, and he will go to the clubhouse and have a nice spread from Mikey Thalblum. Happy with the win tonight.
So Romero retired the final 15 hitters he faces. 7-0 is your final. A's postgame live with Brody Brazil and Fernando Vina starts right now.